not a module. It is in fact a scene.
You are smart.
Hence we have no need of NPCs, and everything you are doing is mostly explorative in nature. The questions you ask here and the things you choose to explore will dictate what it is you find out.
I mean, do you have knowledge?
But it will lead you to the same end result. The question is merely what you discover along the way. There won't be any answers to questions you don't ask, so being inquisitive can pay off here. The rest of you, who haven't been here before, you can certainly try. Those of you who haven't been here before would have been briefed by Ward that you'll be going with Nox, and you'll be sent to a location that requires investigation before the rest of our operations can proceed. Anyone who was at the War Council will understand what that means. You are essentially the first team going in to find out if our plans are even viable. And as such, you'd be told that Nox has an item that can potentially bring you back to where he left off. And so, all of you will in fact be starting over there on the beach, by the little red pillar. It's a ways off, so we should start running now. Good thing I can just fly there. At a blazing fast speed.
Oh, la-di-da, look at what God can do. He can fly.
Cheater.
Or I'm gonna join on the next map.
Aye, aye.
Grab something.
That is fair. We do have a number of maps to get through today.
Oh,
What?
I see.
I Also, I have no idea what's going on. Dirtly was just like, okay, we just need Tris for a scene. I'm like, okay, sure, why not?
Welcome back to your
Yeah, it is. I like having the jump dash as well, so I can be even faster than flight. Sometimes. The dragon is flying. That's illegal around here. I mean, that is understandable. I think Paws is flying as well. Look at all these
Fucking
people
cheaters.
breaking the laws of physics.
God.
Got any walkers in chat?
Exactly. It's what I do. It's what I did.
I find it ironic that the mage walks.
Understandable. No, Ashy is tiny.
Magic bullshit. Plus, conserving mana is a thing.
Those of you being sent here would also be briefed that if this is indeed a part of the Lost Way and is near the Cataclysm, there isn't meant to be anything here, nothing living, at the very least. According to the legends and the tales, nothing and no one has ever come to this place and come back alive. At least according to the legends, the tales. So, as you would all congregate with Nox, utilizing a certain dagger that he found as a beacon, a waypoint back to this location, you would activate it upon your teleportation circle upon your nexus and be sent back here. Each of you appearing in proximity around this glowing pillar. For the mages, I'm gonna roll you something. Nox, 2 and a 5. Gwydion, 5 and a 13. You as Fae would actually have an easier time noticing this. The effects that you felt didn't actually feel like teleportation, strictly speaking. Not even like a plane shift. If anything, this almost felt like banishment. Or the reverse of it, as if being sent back to a location from which you were banished, once that timer is up, or if the spell's concentration is broken. It's odd. Are there any questions before we begin?
No.
Nope.
Not that I can think of, sir.
How much do I want to eat this place?
This place does not feel like something you want to eat, because there's not a lot of magic. For anyone who is magically inclined or can sense it, it does feel like you are within a vortex, as if you are being buffeted and thrown around. This is the worst of it. Worse than Athelsi, worse than Magazgi.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It feels like you are within a whirlpool, within a blizzard, whatever it may be. It is buffeting, it is throwing, it is tossing and turning magic around you. It is incredibly distracting and incredibly uncomfortable. And you, Nox, would know that this is the worst it has been, given your proximity to this place.
Yeah, how much would Triss know? Because out of character, what I was told is, hey Triss, do you want to do a scene? And I said yes, that's the extent I know right now.
Having been at the War Council, you'd have a rough idea of what's going on, and you would have been briefed by Ward back at that camp with everyone else that you are going back here to try and see if you can confirm any of Nox's hypotheses or find what it is he was looking for.
Ah, okay, it's part
The
of
hope being,
or part of the thing.
that if you can, you might be able to fix what happened here. Anything else before we go cards up? Just for the
How am I
quick
feeling
refresher.
on a scale of 1 to 10 about detonating?
You don't feel like detonating currently, but then again, you haven't cast any magic since arriving here. You would know, however, the last time you were here, you were given rough directions, knowledge that there is something to the east, which in this context would be leading you away from the ocean. But you are free to explore this area for as long as you see fit. And with that, we will go cards up in 3, 2, 1.
Amanda, I still do not miss that feeling.
It's like a reverse banishment. That's fun.
Yes, it's rather interesting. Still feels gross.
here.
Ugh.
No, we shouldn't be sticking around too long.
Yes.
Oh, that's when you
Well,
attract things.
welcome, I guess. This is it. I think my description was spot on.
Looking out over the ocean and shoreline here, the destruction is almost absolute. You see the jagged rocks, the ships that have been wrecked and crashed, some of them seemingly ancient, and others appearing a lot more modern. As if people have made failed attempts to reach this place somewhat recently, within the last century or so. Well, what strikes you all the most is the almost spiraling cacophony of destruction, these areas that seem to have been twisted. Nothing about this place seems natural. None of this destruction. Nothing about the magic. All of it is strange and should not be.
Well, this is what I'm hoping I can help avoid and fix, so you can see why I'm invested in this. And obviously,
Seems
don't touch
like-
anything.
Plenty of people have attempted to come here. That being all ships.
How do you investigate without touching things?
Oh, with your eyes, that's true.
With your eyes,
As
with
she
your nose,
climbs
with your ears.
things.
As she climbs things.
Well, it's mainly,
Hello.
as I tried saying, it's mainly intentionally based. If you're here with a greedy heart, then this happens to you.
Oh.
I see.
So you have many places to
Agreed.
go. My little
What?
tip
Be
is
careful.
further inland. However, there are
Yes, I know,
closer
I'm
boats to the shore
egotistical,
you
I'm
can
not
search if
greedy,
you
there's
want
a
to.
difference.
There's many ways we can go. Made one there. Just up to how we're feeling.
Whichever way you think's the best for the first go, let's get it done. I don't want to stick around any longer than we have to.
Well, best to get as far away from the ocean as possible, I'd say.
Good. Then we'll follow you.
Wait, I'm going back up.
Yeah, there are the stairs.
Yes, some sort of stairs here, leading into some sort of old monolith, maybe? Some sort of
There was someone here the first time we got here. Trisyra knows them, at least by face. Don't seem to be here at the moment, though.
This
I mean,
sounds
would you
going to
stick
be a
around here?
pain to remove from my armor.
I
Well-
mean, it's not that
Yeah,
bad
you can't
looking of
cheat it
a
with
place. It just feels
Prestidigitation
weird.
either, unfortunately.
I don't like how there's very little magic.
No,
Not
I'm
much
not trying
time.
Yeah, and this place feels wrong even for me.
Their camp.
I'm pretty sure
Seems
all
the
of us are
closest person
technically
here.
even slightly magically inclined, which means all of us feel it.
Interesting engravings.
Clearly. Could mark them down.
And also well maintained. If you haven't noticed, well maintained. The marble's still rather shiny.
Stairs have no
Put
degradation.
it right in here so it doesn't degrade the
Well, if you look at everything else is practically destroyed, it's rusted, it's weathered. But this pathway and that bridge there seem in better condition than anything else.
How does that fire keep running?
Maybe the person that stays here keeps it running?
Or it could
As
be the
you
material
One
they
of
use for
my-
light.
Look around, seeing the fire and other things about this place. Some of it doesn't seem like it is truly there, as if it both is and isn't at the same time. The most obvious being the trees out in the ocean, transparent, etheric. It seems almost like there are echoes from another time.
This path is going jagged.
One of my main hypotheses is with the almost complete annihilation of magic, things just disconnected from the rest of the world. Logic
That makes
doesn't make
sense.
sense. Time is stuck, reforming and refolding on itself. Hence, refractiles of images.
Maybe don't climb over the ruins that look like they could fall apart at any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even for you, a couple 100 pounds of rock and rubble falling on you is not going to be a fun
Yeah,
time.
it might hurt.
Now, this bridge, do you know this bridge, Knowles?
No, I never made it off the beachfront, to be honest.
Then we travel one at a time for the moment at least one person goes across and sees how safe it is.
Should I
Would
go,
you like to
Ralph?
go first, Trisyra?
You weigh nothing. If it's a weight
Exactly.
thing, it won't be able to tell anything.
Yeah, I kind of get agree with him.
I forgot you do weigh the most out of all of us. He can levitate himself, so him going across, he's in no harm.
We
if
don't
it
want to
falls
chest
apart.
magic, right?
That's true, actually.
At the moment, I'm an archer.
That is true. Screw it.
Very hard.
You go
If
after
I
me.
go... Oh.
We'll check low weight first, just to be sure.
On a side
Okay.
tangent, if you wanted anything to look at, I believe what you're wanting to look at is that spiral in the sky. That's where everything's being pulled to, I think. That is the actual epicenter.
Let me...
We're a
Those of
few
you
miles off mark.
magically inclined would know it is actually out over the ocean. Far out over the waves.
It's even disconnected from a physical sense.
Pause as you step on the bridge. You would feel firm stone beneath your feet. Nothing cracked, nothing ruined. The pillars beneath seem to be in good condition as well.
Come on. Seems stable enough. I don't feel a shake. I don't feel rubble. I don't
Everything
feel...
requires you to at least do a second glance on it to make sure. It doesn't make sense.
Nothing here makes sense, to be honest.
That's the only thing we have to work on. The only common factor is nothing has a common factor. Almost like an oxymoron.
Careful getting too close to the edge.
Something looks in place and needed to be looked at a second time.
And as the path begins to wind up into the mountains, those of you wishing to proceed, pause for a map change.
Any constructive criticism would be appreciated.
Congratulations, you completed the intro.
No, we killed Triss in here so she can't return.
Ah,
To the
goddamn it.
mountains,
Give
to the
me your
mountains.
death dagger.
No!
I'm gonna kill you with a Daedric dagger because I have one of those right now.
Oh, goddamn it.
The portal's
If you didn't get through the portal, request on me. If you didn't make it through the portal, request on me.
God, oh no.
I know this
Oh.
map
Oh,
pretty
no, not
well
this-
because
this
I
map.
did this map. I DM'd for bronze on this map, so I know this map pretty well, and I also did
I
this
love
map
how
for a thing
everyone's
for
so
Warcraft.
excited for this map.
I love this map.
I don't know what they're alluding to.
I love how everyone's so excited for this map. Yeah, yeah.
It's very foggy on this map.
I run a fucking module for Silo on this map.
I ran
Welcome,
on this map, and then I did a
I don't feel welcome.
Now then, as you would all trek up the stone path into the hills, continuing in the direction Nox has led you, the path would gradually fade off into the hills, and you would find yourself trekking unbeaten paths. You would eventually find yourself here in the height of the hills and the woods. By this time, the sun has fully set, the moon is high, and everything is dark, lightly obscured with mists. It's easy to get lost out here. It's a good thing you have a ranger in your party. And you may go cards up.
well. This is completely new.
Yes.
Gun.
I'm going to keep this loaded.
Rather
I'm
smart.
loading. I was loading it, making sure that
Oh,
it's
then
ready
load
in
it.
case something does.
He was rather vague. It's just somewhere east. It wasn't really helpful now I think about it.
Well, the moon rose there. You know your directions from the way the moon rises?
Do those rules really
Same as the
apply
sun,
here,
right?
though?
Who knows? One way to find out. If we don't know a direction, might as well choose one we know and then figure it out from there.
It's true.
If we're wrong, we're wrong. You are better than us, are you not? At certain things here?
Well,
Tracking and whatnot.
part of what I had to do.
Hmm.
I wonder if there's wildlife out here.
Anyone
Triss with a 14. There doesn't seem to be any actual paths through this place. It seems to be very wild, very overgrown, and as most forests are that aren't inhabited, there is nothing more than trails taken by animals to lead you.
And just you pick a direction and we'll head it. If Nox doesn't even know this area, it's best we choose a direction and find out if we're going the right way or not.
Figure out what east is and we'll head that way.
Trial and error, as we would.
I mean, I would say the same thing that you kind of mentioned. Might not be the correct direction,
Boom.
but follow the moon. At least it's a landmark that we can, constant landmark we can reference.
That is true.
I'm hungry.
I mean, what are we looking for specifically again? Just double
We're
checking.
told to head east.
Somewhere east is either the remains or a spot in
that's
Spick and Span Library.
Very steep here, be careful.
Yep, kind of a drop there.
A repository of knowledge from back then.
Well, if that's the case, either you want to head towards somewhere with water or high up in a mountain somewhere.
I think we were pretty high up, but now we have to figure out. It goes down from what we can see in most directions, so.
Yeah.
Maybe just pick all
There's
direction
like a
and
giant
head that
pit
way.
somewhere.
That's there's a drop down here
And
too.
there's
We'll
a
need to go
curtain
around.
on a giant spike somewhere for all we know.
When we cut left, we might find a lower level. That's, that looks quite
You see the
steep, I
hill
don't think-
falling away into quite a large drop. Much of it seems to have fallen away from the hill. There's exposed rock and root around.
Let's not get too close to that edge. I don't feel like falling through.
There's gotta be a way down here, somewhere. Seems like there's one over here.
Careful of getting too far ahead.
Right.
What do you see?
It went that way.
Those of you around, you feel like there's movement just on the periphery of your vision, like shadows shifting in the trees. And nothing
Moving.
fully stands out.
There might be
Those of you
animals
can see
around.
it as
Be careful.
well. Flickerings of shadow at the edge of your vision. Things that are difficult or impossible to make out through the fog.
More likely animals.
Strikes you as the
Always.
silence. An absolute silence, other than the rustle of leaves and grass in the breeze.
Never mind, it's not.
Just after you.
This sounds wrong too. I don't hear anything.
But yet we see things. Well, whatever it is, animals or whatever, let's just hope that they don't find us to be a midnight snack.
Thank you. A leaf tickled my nose.
You're not just allergic to pollen.
Yeah. Awesome.
This area here feels...
That's about where we were.
Careful of the left side. Could just be an animal. Let's keep moving.
That's
Not
what
enough.
worries me.
Now I'm quite curious about that cloud.
Chris,
Rather stationary.
with a natural plenty as you walk through this area, the
Right.
mountainside fallen away, dirt and rock. You see something sticking out of the ground, under a rock to your right. It looks like a metallic spike of some sort.
What's this?
As
Kind
you
of digs
begin
up
to
around
dig
it.
away, and as you dig away, you see it is more than just a spike. It seems to be a spike protruding from something like a gauntlet. More metal is revealed, a concave shape.
Is she able to use her death magic to tell if there's something dead underneath that gauntlet?
You may certainly try, Rolling.
Oh no.
With a natural 3, you would feel that incredibly uncomfortable feeling, like sand being ripped through your veins. And you'd remember the risks of casting here, as it is. It almost feels damaging within your nerves, but you would see something familiar. Almost like red veins through blackened metal.
Hey.
What is it, Tris?
I'll let you see for yourself. Gauntlet in the ground.
Do you touch it, boss?
I was just merely scratching out more of the dirt. But he is going
You
to
would
attempt to
see-
see if it kind of budges or
You tap
very
it.
stiff.
Other than the rock and dirt around it, it moves. Seems to be somewhat loosely held, as if it was only buried when this hillside collapsed.
Maybe best we leave it buried.
Markings worry me a little bit.
Rather not go
Look at it.
things that...
Each of you would recognize what that was. To you all, it was clearly Daedric in origin.
No, I'd really rather not touch it. Leave it buried.
I was really worried. Fuck. Alright.
Why can we take it?
I guess they really are everywhere.
No.
Probably best we leave it.
For the 14th, something would strike you as odd. Daedra don't usually leave behind remains. Nothing of the sort. Only when specially killed does steel remain, but a body, armor,
Fuck.
That's
virtually impossible.
Well, hang on, that's not right, actually. If it was
What?
killed by the landslide, that wouldn't be there, because everything goes back with them. That means they would have to be
Not
killed
in
by
all
something
cases,
special.
from what we've noticed.
Oh.
Remember the big
Cases I know
fucking
is if Daedric
big
steel.
Daedra thing that attacked us in the caves? That didn't go away.
Strange.
Maybe all the dirt blocked whatever causes it to disappear? Would make sense for the
Maybe it is
cave.
best we take it with us then. I don't know.
That's
Hey,
the problem
help.
of a Daedra would
It's
disappear
stop some of
in
it
the
on
cave.
she.
If it's just
I don't know if the
dead
bag of
danger,
holding works here that often.
Reveal more and more, you would see that this
Take my
is
hand.
in pieces. It looks
You're going
like
to
it has
pull-
been crushed and torn apart.
I'm gonna just attempt to pull the gauntlet out.
It comes free, but in 2 or 3 pieces. You see heavy signs of damage.
Well, better than nothing, I suppose.
Since they took the gauntlet
Place it in the
off.
bag, it crumbles further.
No.
Whatever damage this thing sustained was catastrophic.
I can clean it up later. Add it to my list of things to do.
Leave the rest buried. It's too much in tatters anyway.
Okay.
I more
the
just wanted
gauntlet
to check it for
Now
other
well
reasons.
destroyed. Makes me wonder what caused it. It's that destroyed. Because it looks to be.
I have Daedra flesh sample in my fucking bowl.
Well, if we encountered Daedra, I do have a Daedric dagger, so.
There it is, there's the moon. And there's the cliffs, that
Yes.
makes sense. Alright.
Heading straight away from the cliffs then would be our direction.
Well, if we want to
It's also
maintain...
highly
hold up.
coincidental.
Yeah, I saw
What?
that.
Thought I saw something.
Wow.
Right from
Is
the
it not
smoke.
just the shadows we've been seeing?
Possibly.
There's something right
But
from the
I don't
smoke.
know.
With a 15, it seemed almost like the shadows coalesced. There was something, there was a silhouette, but it moved, vanished. Fog is incredibly difficult to keep track of, but it seemed to be alive.
Hmm. Did it look like something we'll have to
maybe-
worry about? Because if so, I'll keep my flintlock in my hand.
I would
I am a
say
bush.
anything that's looks. I couldn't really see if it was dangerous or not. It was such kind of a shadow, but
I'm
How
ready.
about we
It's
avoid the
loaded.
good smoke?
considering
There's anomalous smoke in one place.
we just saw dead Daedra, I would keep your gun loaded.
Oh, it's loaded. Steep hill here.
I'll need to. Yep. Steep.
Just be careful.
Congratulations, Astra. Yes, as I was saying, highly coincidental. The Ashen Steel and Daedra Steel look oddly similar. Black with red lines through it.
Can I just say I'm very glad it's not raining.
Oh, that would fucking suck.
None of us
mud.
would be going up this hill.
Yep.
To mention all the loose soil already.
Oh, this is an uprooted tree. Uprooted, not looted.
Rock formation.
Does seem to indicate that there's at least some weather here.
Yes, the
Jarl,
smoke clouds are very
with a
interesting.
5, and Triss, with a 5 and a 2, respectively, you would both essentially trip over as you get near the top of the hill. Through the long grass and just beneath the dirt on the surface, you would again find more dark, damaged armor. As you see, what looks like it could have been 2, 3, maybe slightly more Daedra.
What's happening?
It's gonna brush away the dirt and see if it still has the same black with red markings.
It does. As you look over them, the damage seems catastrophic. You look them over, and there's nothing salvageable.
caused this?
It looks almost like they were devoured. You do see one has something that seems like a stone tablet in its hand. Something that it has scrawled upon in strange Daedric runic letters.
It's gonna pick it up and hand it to Nox.
Well,
Any
this
idea what
might
this
be
is?
useful. Either it's orders or some sort of final message.
There's a sort of stone structure beyond.
Oh,
Also, I heard
Pardon.
something to the left again. To be on your guard.
right.
Trish,
Yep.
an old leader's told the structure. Got the best eyes here.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Would you like to lead us to the structure? You do have the better eyes.
Alright.
I'll be right behind you, so your back's covered. It's to the left here, just beyond the hill.
I see it.
Trish,
Huh? Oh. Sorry.
you're fine.
This fog makes it hard to see the things.
I'm starting to think that it wasn't natural causes that killed the Daedra, as funny as it sounds.
Nope.
Looking around the pillar, you look out through the fog. There's nothing really to note.
And I'm not really an
Everything seems calm.
Even nature goes
Everything
down,
seems safe around here.
very well.
Yeah, usually you do.
Nowhere's really safe, honestly.
Hypothesis is we might be in a hunting ground. Something.
Moon leads us in that direction.
That'll be fun.
We can make off on our way
Really?
that way
Something
after we're done
protecting
checking this.
something outside.
Yep.
Nox, Gwydion, if either one of you want to look at the monolith, you can for a moment before we head back out. Take a moment to catch our breath.
Alright, let's see.
As you draw closer,
Let's keep
would
the
notice
perimeter for them.
scratches. Seem like cuts along the stone. It seems like there has been some measure of damage done to it, not naturally. This isn't erosion or the effects of weather. This seems like a blade or a claw or something of the sort.
If there's any surviving runes on it.
As you look on the side, Nox, you would see some small ones carved into the side. They seem to have been scratched in hastily, very hastily, and you can see that they are daedric.
This is a
Those of
dangerous
you
structure.
around the side here would even see imprints in the ground that looks like they were the size of daedric footprints. Moving
You
away.
can worry about that. I'll keep it around.
Okay. Really did not expect to see daedric things all the way up here. Edge of the junction.
They're like rats. No, they're like roaches.
Looking over the pillar, it doesn't seem daedric in nature. It seems old. Very old, like it's been here since eons past. It merely looks like the Daedra scratched something in and then ran.
I can try to climb the top of it.
Okay.
Be careful.
I
Have
just
we
have to
figured out that
move.
this doesn't do anything to us when we touch it?
I rubbed my hand against it.
Time to find out.
There's a Daedric monument there that
happened.
the Daedra tampered with it.
If we
We're
drug,
gonna
we become
stone.
Alright, I'm gonna climb
you
it.
become a bit of a target when you're that high up. So be careful.
You see something?
This is at least a couple eons, if not more.
I don't see anything, but I heard something rustling in that direction.
Right.
Daedra, rather new addition to it. Don't know what these runes mean. It could be something to break it or stop it from what it's doing.
What scares me though is whatever these things are around us. They
Is any of that...
With a natural 20, Nightblake, that mithril hand comes in very handy. Climbing the stone,
You see
walking
the
into the
state of
small
Daedric
gaps,
armor.
allowing you to pull
Makes
yourself up.
absolutely no sense for a
With
beast to
surprising
do
ease.
that much to it.
No.
I'm just gonna use
But you
my
never
ability to
know what's
fly
out
just
there.
to get up to the top, even though
You never
I'm
know
falling.
where nothing makes
Okay.
sense, what will be there. What lives here.
I'm clearly climbing. Look at me go. Oh, wait.
I hear something.
Twisted.
Bugging. Help.
Or I heard something.
Hello. What?
No, it sounds almost as if it was getting closer.
I can
Yeah, I'm gonna rush
imagine
this
the
a
worst
little bit.
case scenario. Our
Don't want
fight.
to rush you both too much. Let's speed it up just a little bit. Like I'm watching your back.
Okay, that's all sides covered.
Good. Anything up there,
Point at
Gwydion?
top, I'm going to assume in nature it's likely a marking spot.
I hear something.
Monument of some type. So we wouldn't get lost.
Yeah, I just been hearing stuff around me too.
No, that definitely confirms there's more
19.
than one.
It does seem like a traditional marker, possibly marking a
Only
path
from what
towards
information
somewhere
I know.
or even a land boundary.
There's only a few
Given
things I
how
could
old
think that
it
would be
is,
able to
it's hard know
survive out
which
here.
custom it follows.
And it's not really natural.
Not exactly keen to meet whatever lives out here.
Of course.
looking
You heard
out,
my brief give an
Same
example of the
routine.
twisted
you see
things from
towards the
forever
middle,
ago.
off in the east direction, the hillside dips
No.
down once
Something could
more,
have been twisted here.
leading
Sorry,
into
Astra,
what
you were
could
not here.
have been either a path or perhaps the course of a
Nox.
stream at some point in time.
Would this be a
From the
bad
distance
time to
in the
ask if,
darkness, it's
Oh,
difficult
sorry.
to tell.
Come here.
Now does seem to be the most obvious route.
Look
Yeah.
at that rock in front of me.
Down I go.
Do
Yeah.
you see what I see?
I mean, I'm shorter, so probably
Something
not.
peeking around it.
19. Here.
Oh,
Just gonna.
Something behind it.
It's dipped out.
I see
I'm
something.
good.
Who's on the left?
Right, this is just a traditional
Yeah, I
landmark.
saw a small peek of it.
Shadows flicker. Things
Probably
move
just
in the
translated it to their
dark,
tongue. They wouldn't get lost.
but once again, it's hard
Apologies.
to tell what is out there. Jal with a 2,
What are you waving at?
and Triss
I
with an
don't know,
18.
I
It
just
was like what you saw
something's out there.
before. That same shape, that same silhouette from earlier.
Well, let's keep moving. As
Oh,
we
of
don't
course
really
not.
do any longer.
That sound looks more like a
All the moon is that way.
Well,
Yep.
we were going to. Well, as we do that.
It's the only
definite
consistent
confirmed
landmark
by
that we
climbing
have.
the top.
By the way, Nox, this is probably a bad time considering all the things that we're running into. You know
It's best not to split.
about my thing, right?
Is this really now a good time to talk about it?
Well, considering some of the things I'm putting together, yeah.
Then yes, Triss, I do know about your arm.
Good.
I think everyone here but Asher knows.
As the hill leads down, you see the slightly cleared path leading to the right.
Astria.
Here we go.
Back up the hill and further into the
You
woods.
like we were. I said that name a lot
We had
yesterday.
finally found a path. Dirt road, but something.
No, it's a path, alright, carved by something.
I'm gonna wind up changing my name one of these days for either of them.
No, don't.
It's the only thing we have to work
Did you
on.
call them Astria? That's Astria.
I know. I feel like I said it plenty of times yesterday that I got fucking mixed up. Okay.
Rather thick
But
full
But I
Is
don't
it
think we
his
saw Astria yesterday.
There is a
Weird.
path.
What, do you want my name? Do you want to put it in? Can't have it. It's mine.
No. No,
want
I don't want
Joel?
your stinky name.
You want my other name? It's Quentin. You can keep it.
No, I'm okay.
Wait, that kind of reminds me. Do you have my name?
Did you give it
Have
to me,
you
or did
ever-
you tell me what to refer to you as?
I want to say I thought I gave it to you before I found out, you know.
Oh, then probably,
Then
yeah,
more
I
than
probably do
likely
own your
do.
name.
You
Cool.
may
Which means both if they
refer
can
to
steal
me
your name,
as
unless they're more powerful than I
Amstria.
am. Then I have to fight them
Which,
for it. I don't
that's
really
quite a
want to.
few of them,
As the
actually.
path reaches the crest of the hill, you step over. Seen down below what looks like the continuation of this path, leading down past a rock in the valley and onwards.
I
Is
think
this
we've
still
done
east?
the biggest loop.
We don't know.
No.
I mean, these
we're not
forests
following
just
them,
feel
no.
like a circle and a loop.
These forests
Looking
are
directly to
and
the east,
feeding
the mountain
themselves.
seems steeper, more sheer. You gather you'd have a difficult time going due east from here.
It's a bit shallower over this way.
What?
Which an easier slide.
Nah, just sit your butt down and go down. You'll be fine.
That's harder when you're wearing armor.
But I have a tail in the way.
Chris
But
actually could
someone
shield ride.
isn't. Slide down.
Shield sliding.
I don't
I
want to
mean,
get tail
that seems
burned.
dangerous and foolhardy, but
Oh, I mean, it's rather fun, actually. I've seen a few people do it.
I've seen some people do it too.
You remember that time we were in the what was it called? the vaults.
In the meantime,
And then everyone kept, like, I think it was Torg and Krumron kept sliding down the slide things and then fucking catapulted into each other and other people and stuff and almost killing people from it.
That sounds like something Krem would do, yes.
What?
well, I mean, I nearly wanted to throw them into the lava pit myself. They were being quite, eccentric.
There was a lava pit?
Understood.
It
One
was a
moment.
lot.
I was. I kicked
Where?
Tempest down it, actually.
Whittian, rolling. Very good. And Astria.
Right.
Hello.
Astria with a 16, Whittian with a 17, and Nox with an 18. All of you would feel off to the right, down that little path there, something that doesn't seem consistent with the magic of this place. Something actually feels slightly magical in that direction.
Oh, fuck.
Food.
There we go. That's actually a good sign.
What? I wouldn't eat
Magic.
anything around here.
There's a magical signature. And I've only seen one other, which was the one time I saw one of the armature blades. Anything similar could be
Then maybe-
very useful.
That's where we're heading.
Food.
Seems to go along the path. I would think.
What happens if they're traps?
Well, I guess the ranger should go first.
Yep.
Why am I
We're
being
not only
smart?
making the best person for finding traps in front, but also, maybe the only person who would get trapped as well.
Also, the
trust
one
you.
person that
15,
might be...
Tris. You don't see any signs of traps. You don't even see any signs of footprints or traffic through here. This area seems to have not been
Don't touch it.
touched in a long time.
Rather big.
Can I kick it?
Any sand mushroom.
If they're rather big, it means they've been growing for a long time. Which also means the things
You have to
around
walk
here
the way
might
back.
not
You can
eat
kick them on the
them.
way back.
But be mindful, if they've been growing for that long, it means whatever's here probably doesn't eat them. Which means they might not be good for us either.
There's no...
Almost looks like there's a hole
Or they're a
here.
carnivore.
That's also a good point.
Poisonous.
Oh yeah, that's a hole or a cave.
Those of you here,
That is a hole.
pause for a moment.
Do 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 do
I do, I do, I do.
Sure, that's Amnesia the bunker monster from what I saw. Can't be sure though, but it's Dirtly, so I wouldn't put it past him.
No one mind where my gun's pointing. Don't worry about it.
Can't believe we're killing Tris.
You're not killing me, you're kidnapping me. Get it right.
Oh, yeah, we are kidnapping you.
Shall we? Do we want to inspect the hole?
I'll go...
Good in, be
That's a
careful.
pretty big hole.
A rather big disruption in the ground,
Rolling
more
for
like it.
mage. With a 14, it definitely feels like it is down there somewhere.
Be careful of adding too much
Go
weight.
that way. We're going down.
This seems like a bad idea.
Tris, this is where you're going to shine. It really was a cave. Well, more of an outlook, I guess.
Yep.
As you enter forward, you see a number of bodies. Old,
Oh,
ancient. They seem to be half buried under pieces of rock dirt. Some of them have roots and vines growing through them. But you definitely feel the mages of the party, that magical signature is somewhere among them.
Do these
One of
bodies
these
also
bodies
look...
has the magical signature.
Not at all. These look like people.
Oh, no, do these bodies look like they were chewed up like the other ones?
These ones?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, mages, anything else from this area? That's where we've been scouring off to.
Well,
The food is here.
somewhere on one of the bodies.
Well,
And if it's what I think it is, I can play a game of hot and cold with it.
Understood.
I'm gonna let him do it because I'm
Very
not
dangerous
getting
game
grabbed
of
by a
hot
fucking
and
body if
cold.
it comes to life.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Looking around
Jaro?
us, it's easy to tell. Among all the chaos, the one thing that seems to be consistent, the one thing that seems to be an anchor, is on the body to your right.
There we go.
It's gonna try and grab you.
Right.
Find it.
It's gonna grab you. It's gonna grab
It's
you.
on there. Dungeon Textbook 101, Mage College. Strange corpse, disarm it first. If there's any weapon left.
I don't know, it's
See any
buried. I
weapons?
don't know if we can see anything.
I'm gonna grab you.
Might be too buried to move anyway, even though it could.
I'll pin at least one of its arms, just in case. Let's see.
You would see that the arm that you are leaning against has something in its hand. Lightly glowing. Seems to be a stone.
There
of
we
some
go.
kind.
Alright. You're out.
Careful.
Roll it. Strike.
Rigor mortis is a hell of a thing.
With a 7 Nox, you don't know how long this has been here. Between the rusted armor and the almost fossilized body, it's giving you a lot of trouble trying to get this hand open.
Alright, this is why you come
Alright.
prepared.
Maybe get
just
Jolta
need to see
grab
if
it?
I can... Want to help, I'll try and grab one of my tools out.
Oh, yeah. While you do that, what is it? Is there something in the hand?
Yes, it's holding on to some of the death grip.
Oh, come on.
Jarl, with the use of a mithril hand, you crack the bone and metal
There you go.
as it comes away.
Ugh.
A
That sounds
stone,
pleasant.
What you're after?
blue in color and lightly glowing.
Well, let me test that. Jaro, you're
Maybe
gonna do the
don't
back
touch
of the
it with
palm
bare
of your
hands
fist.
yet.
Nothing happened.
A glove.
But you do feel, for the first time since coming to this place, something that feels like an actual affinity. Specifically, water.
Huh. Waterstone.
Wild.
And
An actual affinity. Stable. Really interesting.
feel bad leaving this person half buried.
With a 17 knots, there's more to it than simply stability. There's almost an anchor to it. It feels like it has a pull direction, not towards the cataclysm, but further east.
Ah, it's a guide stone. This is what it is. Alright. This might have been one of the staff of the place we're trying to find. Now, let's see. Points further east. Which is back up the mountain, I think.
East is towards the moon,
It
isn't
does
it?
indeed feel as if it is up the mountain.
Right. Guide stone. I'll put this under my glove so I don't lose it.
Wearing your correct walking boots.
I'll fix them when I get there. Now we trek
Why-
back up.
Best boots.
Oh, yay.
Come on. Move on.
I've come prepared, but the worst part is you don't exactly pull out what you want from your bag of holding here.
Hmm. I just
So
realized I
imagine you
don't
want to
have
grab a
access to
healing
my hole.
potion.
No, you probably don't. Means we have whatever we have. Actually,
I have a few scrolls, but that's for the worst case scenario.
What happens with a bag of holding?
So, it depends. If you use it for one thing, then nothing will really happen, I don't think. But if you have a general one for all of your items, it's random what you pull out.
That's unfortunate.
It's almost like there's a water current in your bag of holding, switching the items around. Rather
That is
annoying.
unfortunate because that is where all my healing potions are.
I mean, it could be
I
worse.
got a few in my pouches.
You can either gamble and choose not the
Oh,
healing
then
potion, and a chance you'll
You
get
see
it.
the path
Or
winding
try your best to grab it.
further into the hills.
Off we go, I guess.
There we go.
Off we go.
Pintstone, keystone. I mean, you did say it
When we're
could be near
done with
water.
it, can I eat it?
Unfortunately not. I'd rather like to keep this as a relic. All the pieces and all that.
And you better
I'll
find
grab
me
you a
something
scroll
I
when
can
I get
keep.
back to my library.
No. I want some from here.
And as you all continue further and further into the mountains, pause for a map change.
I think this is funny. I'm pretty sure this is where we ended for the Curse Bearers one shot that happened a long time ago. Is right up that hill.
Yellow. Yellow. Players,
Oh,
as you would continue further and further into the mountains, eventually
Yep,
you
I
would
am.
crest the highest hills and see everything falling away into a valley. Within it you would see a structure, stone glinting in the moonlight, and something massive within the fog ahead. As you approach closer and closer, you would see the ruins around you here, and as you come through the doorway behind you, you see what looks like a draconic figure, massive and fossilized, suspended within the fog. Cards are up. Actually, before cards are up, everyone please come over here because there's a button you need to click. Choose your option.
What is?
I don't know what the fuck it does.
Green. I went with green. I don't know what it does.
I hit
It's asking you about photosensitivity.
I don't care.
It's not that bad. Either one, they both
Burn
work.
my balls out.
I am
I agree,
streaming
don't mind those out.
anybody that fucking has photosensitivity, don't
It's
watch.
not too bad. You may now go cards up.
It's still good to have that warning.
Well,
I don't particularly like that.
Here, Jar, I found another thing.
this makes more sense, I guess.
The lightning
Back
is
to the-
ominous.
Very much so.
Okay. Okay.
Off we go.
And forward, I guess.
Maybe one of us keep our eyes on that giant thing in the sky. Just in case.
Eyes on it.
Rather than that thing not come to life and just kill us. That shit I've seen here.
Yeah. I like to say that why would it come back to life, but I think I know better by now.
With what we've seen in Aether, I wouldn't be surprised.
Exactly.
Hello.
Go in careful, stepping too far forward.
Flame.
I would not get on that if I were you.
Looking
No,
upon
don't
what
plan
you
to.
see within the eye of a mage, it clearly seems to be some sort of magical zone. And within 18, You get the feeling that whatever this is, or whatever this was, could very well have been drawing power from that creature.
It's my dad.
That's the case.
How do we know
Looking
I
around
don't know my
Knox,
dad?
you see pillars, posts, all of them seeming to bear a gem, except the two. The one to your left, behind John, and the one over here.
Okay, for those that don't understand magic, this is a magic circle made to draw magic, assuming from our big friend up there.
Ah,
That why it's stationary.
More than likely.
So, to give some context, this is a runic symbol similar to the one that was in Nagaski.
It looks as
And it would make sense it was like for something that big. There was many drowned corpses in Nagaski,
fossilized,
drained, mummified, desiccated,
locked in place.
used as a battery. Seems they compensated for something much more bigger,
That's a
holding it
bad
stationary.
Using it
I think it's
was
dead.
Either dead or petrified, so it can't move.
Well, I mean, from the looks of it, it looks like a lot of its parts are degrading off of it. It's falling apart. If it's not
you
dead,
would be
it's definitely
surprised creatures would,
Well, if not
Either
dead,
way.
then it's suffering as it slowly breaks apart.
This is incomplete,
location for you.
but the sense it's still half activated, I mean it's still connected to that. I think there's something left for it to give. However, it seems some of the focus stones are missing. I have one of them. The purple one's missing.
So you have the one. This is missing here, right?
Yes.
And
You gonna put it in?
no blue one's missing.
I feel like I should wait and look around first. Who knows?
Yeah, best we
Little
do
eeks
that
at a
one.
time will probably unlock something. For example, why don't you look at that artifact in the distance?
Astria, be with someone. I'll go alone. I'll go with Astria, keep them.
We can't evenly break up.
No, then I'll come with you.
Take a look at this.
I'll come take a look at everything you do.
sure.
Well, you did make the comment about water.
Tris, as you approach the waters again, you have a slight flashback. In Nagaski, a circle, teleportation circle, surrounded by water and the vivid memory of corpses suffused and floating in that water.
What was that?
Well,
Poking at it.
if I were to
Looking at the
make an
object before
educated
you.
guess,
It looks like it's been inactive for a very long time.
I think if I make an educated guess, magic side is a relay point. See how it's lined up with the pointed circles.
You look into the darkened waters. It's difficult to see what might be at the bottom. This way, I don't know what it is. You could swear you see the base, but it's difficult to make out if there's anything there.
I think they're trailing some sort of script though. I should probably try to write down. From what exactly is the question?
What do you want to touch from this place?
Roll
anything, I suppose.
17. You would recognize some of those letters in the script. Some of them bearing a familiarity to the old, ancient treatises by Trisyra. Whether it was from the same author or merely the same language remains to be seen.
Oh God.
Present.
Does Trish feel the same suppressive of magic, where if she tries to use magic, it would have negative repercussions here? Or is it less in here?
It's certainly still quite strong. It's slightly lessened, if anything, but you're not sure what effect it might still have. You're welcome to try, though.
These
Not if it's still strong.
waters are
Still
similar
feels
in
off.
age and date with the treatises I've been following. It could be echoes of works in the past. I'm gonna try and see if I can pull out a rune. Well, not a rune, a scroll on my pack. Comprehend languages sometimes doesn't work, but it's better than not trying.
Also, just a
Snapple.
heads up,
Then it's
there's a lot of dead bodies in that water.
Oh, great. So they weren't compensating, it's just there.
They're not on the surface, but I saw a weird vision of them being on the top of the water. And I swear
That might just be PTSD, Triss.
no, like I'm looking, I took a look at the water, I could have swore I seen some stuff at the bottom.
Versus back memories to you, Nox. The memories of Kursk, of that circle, of that water, of those bodies.
Come on. Transcribed languages, where are you? This is getting a bit difficult. That's too much for sure.
I don't like this place. That dragon reminds me too much of the one that gave us problems in Aether.
The shape doesn't seem quite normal. It's not flat, it's not. You'd expect there seem to be undulations, there seem to be stones.
Oh. Well, that makes sense actually now. This is flooded. It's not natural. Structures in the water.
You're right. I thought they might have just been from that floating thing.
Find something?
there's something in under the silt.
Well, I may stand corrected, because I believe this is actually a flooded city. There's structures popping out
Both
of
of
it.
you, with an 18, would feel this at this time, being in such close proximity to the water's edge. Out, somewhere in the waters, between here and that small island, you feel something similar to the signature of that blue stone.
Well, that's annoying. I believe the other fungi stone is in there. I mean, how actually deep is it? I can't tell if it's shallow or not.
It's bumpy. At best.
Well, anyone have rope just in case?
I always keep rope with me.
It probably was in the hole.
It's only
Probably
25
wasn't.
foot though.
That's more than 25 foot.
More than likely. Well, let's tell them first. We have more eyes here. Be smart. Jade Lancer.
arm attached to what you see now looks like a mesa with some carvings on it.
I have his
Oh, I'm gonna go
You
splashing
see
in some water
on the
for a
mud
weird
over
artifact.
here what looks like a strange, perhaps mask, a sack. So you try to wrench it free, you
I'm gonna get this
No.
scroll
You
off.
take
right
the
here.
neck and the skull with
Me
it.
to go across?
Almost seems
Because I'm
not
lighter
quite
and I'm less
fused,
likely
but
to
it will blood on a body. Now you see the right arm and a left hand holding onto the bag.
I feel like it actually be best to leave both of them.
It's a strange looking mask.
Understood.
It's
So there's more of a closer reaction time in case something unexpected happens.
Would you like a sword?
I have ways. I have my equipment on me.
you feel something just
I'd need to summon my staff,
graced against the back of your leg.
and that's even a
Something
chance
just-
of working.
And this is why you bring weapons. Physical.
I was certain I brought it before I went in last time. I forgot this time.
British records.
There you go.
Right.
Over here.
Oh, DM, sir.
We're going to go splash in some water.
Nox is attempting to pull out a scroll of comprehend languages out of his bag of holding.
Why?
Why are we splashing in water?
Understood.
We think we found. Well, there's another magical
He's gonna try and
signature
turn
over
it
there.
off while he's going into the water to get close looks at the sprites. Understand what they're saying. That was okay.
So you take one last
Right.
I think it's just me Nox going across, so we don't
backwards like a
disturb too much.
Right, the scroll's off. I should be able to see anything that they're saying.
You attempt to reach down, and what you feel for what you felt before, a lily pad, is much
Okay. Right, that's a slope. It's rather deep, actually. Alright.
Do you need the rope?
What do you 15, you feel like there's a push-up off to your right.
Down there.
Grab it, would you? To pull, you pull with this object. Seems to be a hand. Arm up out of the sill. The flesh is seemingly rotted. It looks like it's decayed and fallen away. Yet it remains intact. As the arm drops back into the water.
Look, the hand.
In your hand,
That would be the second.
a purple stone.
Got it.
Congratulations. Would you like to hold on to it?
Sure.
And put it in together.
Bring out the shiny rocks.
Walking back, having seen the limb that was pulled from the water, that shifting crunch beneath your feet becomes more disturbing. Extend from shore to there. How many must there be?
It's fine. It's only maybe like a few 100,000 dead people under you.
Yeah.
More than likely.
You know, you could have left,
I guess.
not said anything. That would have been nice.
I mean, I could have said it was 1 million. If this was the city, it'd probably be more closer to 1 million.
Anything I can get from these sprites?
Oh god, now I'm wet and I have no way to fucking change that.
I mean, we could always start a fire.
It seems to be
What is it? Let me see it.
It's purple.
You get the feeling they relate.
No.
Whatever this circle.
Let me tell you, this is tasty. I'm hungry.
Well,
I'm
grabbed a
hungry.
few things from under the bridge and put them in the bag so we won't be getting them out there.
I want to eat the sword.
Latitude, everything.
The sword seems magical. The symbols on it, and it's not weathered at all, even though it's here for however long. Careful of the water, by the way. There was something like a hand that grabbed me and held me in place
Oh. That's unfortunate.
as I pulled
for
my
you.
leg apart.
6.
What the hell is your deal?
Yeah.
I was born
I
If
know.
you ruined me.
I know.
No!
Ah.
Brilliant. Much like Nox when he discovered the blue stone, you would feel something akin to an affinity from this. Specifically, something chaotic or dark in nature. With 2 natural 2s, you're not entirely sure. Something within that branch of affinity.
It's close to my. This is one of my affinities. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. These modes, they're guidelines to this construct here. I say it in a weirdish terms, not like construct, more of a creation. Guidelines where to input instructions into and what to say or express. Longitudes, latitudes, cardinal directions, like a compass.
Hmm.
So if it asks for a destination, I think I know where we can go.
So, does that mean we are indeed putting the stones into their places?
I believe so. Though I would like to check the ones that do have the stones if there's anything that needs to be turned or adjusted first.
I'll take a look
Like a
at one of the
radio.
other ones just to see if there are any.
I don't know what it started up mid what it was doing last time and break it.
This seems like a bad idea.
Looking at the stones that remain, there don't seem to be any means by which to make adjustments. What you do notice is that all of them are incredibly faint, as if lacking the vast majority of their power. It's barely anything. And in order to get something this scale running again, you feel like you would have to pour a lot more into the...
Well, probably need to give it some extra once we've inserted everything else, unfortunately. It's rather faint.
So we have to give them
Understood.
affinities disregarding the fact that the purple one seems to be chaos if you saw his affinity and the fact that the one you have is water.
Well, maybe I have to do multiple
what's
things, so...
green than nature?
Nature, earth, maybe.
Holy here?
Growth. Well, that's holy, I can actually tell. Let me see.
Well, if that's earth, then I can probably help you with that. Protection, I would. But with nature, I can't help you.
On the surface of it, doesn't feel immediately holy. No. There's no burn, there's no fight to it against your something you want them on it for. It's harmless to you.
Oh, actually, no.
Would you like to attempt the discernance affinity?
Better just make sure.
With a natural
It's a weird
20,
offshoot.
this feels like something electric. Like lightning. But without the holy connotations. This feels something more natural. Like naturally occurring electricity, naturally occurring lightning.
This is the lightning affinity, but it's not connected to the parent. Strange.
So then
There's
what,
no holy to it at all.
something more natural, then? Like the lightning we see around us.
Yes, this brings me back to that talk we had about whether storms were considered magical.
True, whether the storms were magical, whether they were simply a chemical reaction or anything of the like a natural occurrence.
This was the conversation about physics, I believe.
Yes, physics being the central focus of that conversation. Then perhaps all the things are the same. Not powered by our affinities because they don't connect to our affinity chart. But maybe they're all physics based. Maybe it's something we can do with some sort of reaction. Something we can cause that can charge them.
Give it its
If this be light,
element, maybe.
maybe some sort of metal rod or something that could cause the lightning to strike.
Well, I suppose I can test the water stone. See if it's weak, and if I dip it in the water, maybe something will happen.
Just be careful of this water, it's very thick. It's not even thick
Yes,
enough.
I think this is a battlefield. There's many bodies in
Yes, something grabbed me.
Water is green.
I see.
From under the bridge, I may have taken its belongings, but I don't think it was too much.
Phelan, is the water stone like the lightning stone?
Is the water one?
Is the water stone faint like the lightning stone?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Nox is gonna test the theory to see if giving more of it natural strength in it. By sitting his hand and putting it in the water.
There's something moving in the water, I shot it.
Oh, fish. Oh, Nox is sticking his hand in the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna go warn him.
Element. The actual equipment.
Okay, so it's not elemental base, it's probably just this world's magic in place. Different, similar,
Then
which is
figuring
annoying.
out this world's magic is going to be our objective.
I believe so.
We watch as
That's why we
the
need to
droplets
know why we're
gradually seep into the stone. Strange reaction.
Strange. Stone's drying again. That's quick.
I'd get away from the water's edge, by the way. I just shot something that's moving.
This one.
Yeah, probably best we don't get dragged into the water.
Well, one step at a time. There's nothing we can do except place these in.
What are you attempting?
See what happens.
Yes, well, if they're 2 weeks to activate, then it might be an issue, but we can at least see what
She
happens.
doesn't know what to do. She wants to eat all the
Those
magic,
around here
but she can't.
do smell kind of yummy.
What are we attempting?
Waiting for Gwydion to put in their stones, and Nox can put his in at the same time.
Understood. Gwydion, what are we at?
You put it in, and the slice neatly fill it. But beyond that, nothing. Similar to what Nox noticed, the flow was faint, and everything here seems to have far less charge than a great circle of this scale.
You would see Gwydion swallow the stones.
You look around, Gwydion, you do see floating on top of the water.
You saw the stone in, but don't click the button. Put it in, nothing beyond that.
Not being magical makes this location a little harder, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, I've never been good at magic when I started learning, so...
Arrow and it hits the other arrow, and they
And I never really had magic until I came to Aether, so...
In you somewhere.
whatever
We're similar in that regard.
must have removed the. It was just floating.
Instructions, you must have a safety manual.
Now I have to constantly use magic to be able to see out my left eye.
Specifically, you gather
So you can't see?
Not right now, no.
So good and bad news.
Perhaps they didn't even explain
The good news is I have 2 arrows in the water. The bad news is, because I can go grab them. The bad news is the thing that I shot has removed the arrow from itself.
Oh,
Ah.
that's spicy.
I'll take someone with you if you're going to go grab the arrows.
Oh,
from
I'm
the
not
water.
gonna go
Don't
grab
alone.
them.
The coalescence.
I'm not risking that.
Stone traveling directly from you into enemy contact.
Fantastic.
You see the arrow floating
As you pull in, you feel that friction with how directly it is being drawn. It's not as harsh as it usually is, and you will be successful in charging this stone. All of you.
Can I use your long pole thing?
Just letting you know, motherfucker.
All of you.
Can I use your long pole thing to get the air?
Do you understand that? I don't care if you're a hen.
Players, you may all come over here and click the blue button. And it is local, so everyone hit the blue button.
Gwydion needs help getting his arrow. Oh, you got him?
Huh.
I do get them though. Do you think it's worth getting them?
Yeah.
Chris, you see 2 arrows floating like right here.
Be careful with that.
Yeah.
The white coalescing of the pillar dome.
This should be long enough.
Right.
Bringing it up again.
I wouldn't bother trying to get those.
The long, the...
Jaws Lucerne.
So much safeguarded from the natural disaster that is
So we
magic
turn
here.
go out like
Does it matter
Should be
that
here.
I
You gotta get here.
Yes, I
Okay,
gave
so
it
I'm
the
using my
water.
fucking tail to extend it again. And having a
Stick your
strong
ass
ass
out and
fucking
see how long your
grip.
tail is.
A little bit. Yes.
Oh,
Your
hold on.
tail's going down.
You
Hold
know,
on.
I'm really worried about the pulling the chase
Okay.
one. So I can
Where
try.
is it?
You
I'm
can
grabbing my
barely
ribbon.
reach it. You could barely reach it with your tail. With the lucerne and your tail. You kind of just catch the arrows. You sit there, you
Just
begin
gliding it
to...
across is what she's doing. She's
Gwydion,
making sure
be
not to
careful.
nip it.
We're starting to activate the
As
pillars, so
as
if
you're
you want
attempting to grab
jump.
these arrows with the lucerne, you almost seem to hit them, knocking them a little further. They're starting to drift away. And you push it out, so you push yourself a little bit further. You catch the arrows, and you begin to pull them in.
Nox is
Little by little.
switching water to clear.
You get about here
I'm doing the same
when the
process.
lucerne is pulled under the water.
18. Once again, we'll coalesce directly into the object and begin to charm. And what it take? Once again, that drain is less severe.
Crap.
As it pulls
So just probably the end and my tail is at the top. Yep.
Hit
Yeah, your end of
the
your
red
tail is
button.
at the top, but the lucerne is under the water.
It's a little bit further out. That's the sad thing.
No, just give me a moment and I'll come back and assist you. I'm trying to fix this situation.
Looking around, you see the waves beginning to churn strong.
You pull it.
Strength.
Fires.
All of you working together, you manage to pull your lucerne back. However, there is a lot of drudge just wrapped around it. It is sickly looking, and the arrows are once again popped up to the surface.
Okay.
Let's back away from the water.
Yep,
2 arrows isn't worth it.
that's correct.
Pillars around, burning brighter.
2 arrows aren't worth
These
it.
2 pillars are activated.
You said this was chaos, right?
Chaos or dark.
It seems as the pillars are tied to the elements around us. Water is making the sea more active. Fires keeping the beacons on. This chaos or darkness, I'd say do this one last.
Understood.
I don't know what that's gonna cause.
Well, let's
Lightning's
be
about to
careful
make
of
the
light.
storm pick up. Yes.
So let's do whatever this one is next.
Let's see
If
here.
it's Earth, I can relieve your duty of doing so. But if it's nature, then I can't help.
I'll check for you.
Rolling inspection. With a 16. This seems to be a very specific affinity, not nature per se, but closely tied to it. It feels, if anything, like air.
Air? It's an air affinity.
Air. Well,
What?
unlucky for us, that doesn't lie under our
That's-
affinity slot.
Yes, that's rather strange.
Creation would be your closest bet.
You do feel like
Yes,
creation, or even nature as a whole, something of that
Nature,
large is
creation,
probably
a
your best bet.
mixture of water and
Creation and nature will probably be a substitute.
I believe the
Before
one over there
Instagram.
might need a DM.
Fire, water,
So.
air.
lightning.
Cause I eat
Lightning.
everything.
Yeah, so
What do I gotta do?
think airy thoughts, I suppose.
Flying through the
what
air.
affinity should she try?
Creation or nature? Creation's more
Creation and
specific,
nature.
so probably nature would be healthier, because it's
Are
a lot
you
difficult to
using-
go the further out of your soul affinity.
What are you using?
What if
Whatever they said.
Nature would be
Understood.
easier to access.
Well, with a 13, it will be successful. As for the first time here using magic, you feel that drain. That is like sand being ripped through your veins, tearing you up from the inside out the more you pull on magic around here. But as it does, as it pulls through, it coalesces into this gem, and you see it begin to glow. It is painful. You can all hit the green button. As the winds and the tempestuous air around you begins to pick up, the clouds swirling around, stronger than before.
Okay, we might want to pick
Touch
this
the
up.
lightning.
The waves churn, the fires flicker brightly. Everything is growing more and more alive.
I'm putting the metal
medical?
ball in my mouth. The metal ball in my
metal
mouth.
ball.
The metal ball. I was like, you don't need metal ball. Understood.
Astra, if you could, would you work on the lightning? Astra?
Astria, Astria. Fucking go do it. I'm not naming it correctly until you fucking do it. Go on. Should I call you Pyromaniac next?
I want to be careful with that one because I'd have to create a cold way to get to lightning, and that's not healthy for me.
Then let's work on this one while she's working on that one. We can enact them at nearly the same time. Maybe we can get out of here quicker.
Hopefully. I suppose if we both do it, it'll be less strain.
Perhaps. Figure out if it's dark or chaos first. And then I recommend I take the lead on this.
Of course, you are the more
Actual affinities.
specialized.
Triss, you know that they talked about finding something.
With a crack of thunder, a bolt of lightning strikes the pillar near Astria, and once again it begins to alight. Everyone may hit the yellow button.
She's shoving the middle bulb back in her mouth to get magic back.
The lightning that was intermittent before becomes a roiling electrical storm. Flashes throughout the sky illuminate the area.
Quick.
Alright,
Figure out if
darkest
this
for
is chaos or
chaos,
dark.
let's see.
That was extremely close. Remind me not to be next to these pillars when they activate them.
Understood. 16.
You would feel that it is almost
You were
certainly
saying?
something chaotic.
Oh, remind
You
me.
know that they said something about finding something
I
earlier.
leave this to you, my liege.
John Astria.
Given that this is your affinity, you get advantage.
Perhaps something you can look
And a
into.
13 is sufficient as
Having
you
fun?
begin to pour energy in. It is your first time using magic here. You would feel it. That friction, that gravel, that sound.
You and Astria found
drawn
something,
through your
right?
Veins, as if it is tearing you from the inside
I
out.
found
It's like
what looked to be the
manna
remnants of a man who had died
as if it is
bridge.
trying
He was wearing a mask and he had a,
But
and well, I would have thought it was an old Nessa, but it must be the thing that shone enough
Everyone.
to see it in the water.
may press the purple stone as you would see the pillars all alight in unison.
They're gorgeous.
Maybe when we're on the field, I'll explain it.
Alright.
All of them coming together alight as the storm reaches its apex. The figure behind you in the sky begins to shudder, fracture, pieces of it falling away into the water
shit.
below. It is breaking
Mother, no.
and falling apart as the waves broil more, some of them splashing onto the shore.
These waves might
Everything
take us.
moves quickly, the winds blowing harshly, and the lightning strikes growing closer and closer.
Shit, we need to go.
I don't
What do we
know.
do?
Anyone up for John?
Sure, let's
Fuck
go.
it.
Fuck it.
Oh god damn it.
With a flash, the light wraps around you, sending you all hurtling through this location to another, as you find yourself standing outside of that storm in what seems to be a long abandoned city.
Okay.
Well, this is more like it.
So
like
how
how
are we
that
supposed
felt.
to get back?
We'll
Yeah.
have
There's an
to
exit.
come across that bridge when we get to it, more than likely.
Okay.
Oh no, this is a wonderful
Metal
and the
ball.
best place to find a library. Or
Triss,
moats
as I was
as well.
explaining to you,
Mm-hmm.
I found a
Those of you here
sword message.
would notice the sky has become lighter, not merely because the clouds and storm have receded, but it seems to be closer to sunrise where you are. You are somewhat further east than you were before.
The mess that I found seems to have symbols on it, and it also seems to be magical.
What did it look like?
I also found a pristine mesa, something you would find not in a battlefield, something you'd find in a blacksmith shop. The symbols, though, I
Is
don't
it-
exactly recognize.
Does this blade have any coloration to it?
You wanna be slow.
Or is it just normal steel?
Thirdly, did that blade have any sort of coloration to it, or was it look? Did
You
it look like
notice
a normal
the
steel messer?
wraps. It looks like a normal messer, but instead of having a wooden grip, it had a mix of wood and leather. The leather was a tinge of red, a beautifully crimson red.
Astral.
And it has some magic on it.
Think of astral.
I can show it to you when we finally leave this location, and I can actually access my bag of
Yes. When we have a chance to set. Because that might actually be one of the things I was looking for.
I've not touched it with my bare hands, as I don't know what the magicalness on it is, and I'd rather not get cursed by something.
To some degree, that's what I think it is. It's holy. Or holy adjacent. No, this brings a smile on my face.
Hello, doors.
This doesn't seem
Chris,
great.
you know somebody who uses a messer.
Feels
That could be
right,
potentially
actually.
useful for him.
Worried
Wait,
about
set, stone door.
Yes.
the lack of security.
I think all the security died protecting the way in.
Whatever
I'm
it is,
thinking
it's
more
old,
of
it's abandoned.
the
We open
magical
door.
sense of security.
If we're going to open door, we're going to do it as a group, and we're going to be as careful as possible when going through.
Would the ranger like to check for traps?
Sure.
Probably a good idea, actually.
Checking for traps.
Triss, with an 18. There don't seem to be any traps at all on this door. In fact, it doesn't even seem to be locked. The only thing holding it shut is the sheer amount of time that this stone has had to degrade.
Well, not only is it not trapped, but
Anything?
it's not locked at all.
That's sus.
Saying if we just...
That's suspicious, right?
Yes.
A little bit.
Well, we have no choice but to go through. Ready? On
Yep.
3.
Yeah.
Rolling strength check. Group strength check. 2 fighters here. Astria, 19. Jarl, 19. Nox, 5. Griddian, 6. Triss,
Of course.
19.
Alright.
Collectively,
Mages.
yeah, that actually tracks. Collectively, you are all able to push as the door begins to slowly scrape and grind open, pieces of rubble falling away as you may all enter.
Go. Well, a big
You
circle
find
room at the
yourselves
end of the pathway doesn't feel ominous at all.
In a ruined
Not at all.
hall. The edges of the building having fallen away, and out through the opening, you see the cataclysm closer than ever before.
There it is.
The sheer tumult of magic being ripped and whipped around you is almost overwhelming in such close proximity.
This is a really shitty feeling, you know that?
It is.
Yes, and I had been the one to do it the most. I'd say I'm used to it, but I'm really not.
I don't know if you could ever get used to this feeling.
Got it.
This could have been an observation platform, maybe.
Are you okay? Can I take that as a no?
Looking out through the opening, you see the eye of the storm, the cataclysm itself high in the sky, but also below, the ocean, seething and churning in a vortex, tens or maybe hundreds of miles wide, swirling and sucking down to the bottom of the ocean.
Fuck you.
Whatever your here, Nox. It's a lot bigger
Joel.
than I was expecting.
As you wave your arm towards the cataclysm, those of you looking at it would see a part of his hand vanish.
Why are you looking at me?
Where's
Your arm's gone.
That's
Pull
expensive.
your arm back.
A slight silvery shimmer around it as it was, and then as he pulls it back, it is perfectly fine.
Well, I've done this before with Tempest. It's probably illusionary.
No.
Maybe test the floor first.
No.
Maybe so.
As you step, your leg vanishes. Feels like solid ground beyond.
Joe, I'm sticking my head
Oh,
through.
understood. In that
No.
case,
Oh no.
pause for a map change. Everyone, please
Goodbye,
take a step
Astria.
back. In fact, no need for portal. Request on me. I need to set something up.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Request.
Man, why does
jump off the
magic have
cliff.
to be so
I was just
beautiful
gonna
and
jump off
horrifying
the
at the
cliff.
same time?
I'm not gonna lie, my
I'll
fucking
beat you
thoughts
to
were
it,
like, jump.
motherfucker.
No! Oh, he's gone.
Nox is feeling so melancholy right now. looking
Listen,
at all
y'all are
this.
sticking arms and legs through Astria's life. I want to get through this pain.
Yeah, no, Joel's done something similar with Tempest before. There was an illusionary lava pool at the bottom, and I just fucking Spartan kicked Tempest off the cliff.
Request on me. Request on
I just
me.
love this. This
Thanks
is so
for sticking
cool to
around,
look at. I don't
gang.
know why.
We're in the end
It's
game
all
now.
cool colors. Aether Chronicles Endgame.
My piercing has fallen out twice, considering the little ball in the front of it's gone. I gotta go look for that.
Well, we're almost done, and then we can hop out and you can go look for it.
Take off my shoes and then fucking walk around.
Yeah, get out of VR.
I have VR
Take off your
shoes
shirt.
for my VR.
Yeah, and I have the
Y'all
jet
having
shoes that
fun?
you bought me.
Having fun on this little
Alrighty.
team?
Accepting some invites now.
I will
gonna
fix
request
that
that Charles
later. Suffolk
7
trying to
Give you a
murder
little
me.
exposition as you come in.
Yep.
Sir,
Oh. Oh. What's this? What is this?
Oh, I was gonna use this for something before.
Oh, fuck. What is...
Dark Souls!
I haven't needed my own music, because every map's had music.
As you all
Yeah.
step
yeah, it's
through,
pretty nice.
the hall would seem to coalesce around you once more, not destroyed and broken, but as it probably looked originally. A grand, majestic hallway. Every single one of you would notice something immediately. There is no sign of the cataclysm here. Everything is calm, peaceful. This place doesn't just feel like it has magic, it is overflowing with magic. So much so that you're virtually drowning in it. And as you look around, a few feet in front of the threshold, you see a body. One that has almost its entire torso missing in a circle that seems to have been burned away, charred with such extreme heat that the floor beneath it has glazed over and fused together. And throughout the room, you would see another 5 bodies. Some to the left, some to the right, and one up near the end of the room.
Oh no.
You may all go. Cards up.
That was just pretty good being completely made out of fucking magic.
No, yeah, maybe, but have you seen the bodies?
Yeah, no, that's fucked up, yeah. Anyone got rocks?
It looks like we may have another door on the right.
Well, I guess I can.
No.
Let's be careful. Follow around
That's
with
nice.
Trish just in case. But yes, if you wish to try.
As you walk forward, your every footstep is almost cacophonous. You hear this place is both brimming with energy, yet so deadly quiet at the same time. Step by step. The polished floor feels nice on your feet as the man in front of you stands.
He's already armed himself.
Ah, cool.
I'm raising my hands,
Is
showing
he
him I'm
pointing his
not.
blade toward you, Nox? It's hard to tell whether the
As you step into the room, you'd see the figure draw what looks like a short blade and shout in your direction, a language none of you understand.
Does anyone understand the
I
word?
think he's crazy.
Nox, you would notice his eyes immediately snap to you.
Well, I speak multiple languages. What are you expecting?
A look of confusion and then disgust falling on his face.
Okay.
You would see him glance towards Astria quickly and back to you.
Is it,
Friend of yours?
thinking
People
it's
here
not
do
you?
We
have
get on our
wonderful
knees to
terms
show
with
them we're
demons,
okay.
the devils.
No.
Well, he
Humans
was
seems
really
to be
bad
lowering
here.
his sword.
Hear all of you the sound of footsteps on stone getting closer and closer.
I
Is he
have
telling
not a
us to step
word
away from
of what
him?
he's saying. Well, if we step
I-
closer and he points his blade, it's definitely not coming closer to me. So.
I can try something. It'd be something.
As all of you, massive force of energy slams into every single one of you, pushing you back.
You feel the wave wash over you, brushing against each of your minds. The mages among you would recognize something similar to comprehend languages, as if he is trying to comprehend you.
Good. Hell, we do not mean any harm.
That remains to be seen. Why, and more importantly, how are you here?
Path is kind of obvious, not gonna lie.
We're following someone to try and fix something. Fix something that went wrong forever ago.
And whom are you following?
Well, I was following a certain mage by the name of Trisyra. Do you happen to know him?
Are you an acolyte of his?
I think that name might have triggered him.
I
Oh,
was
he's
never
angry.
under him, though I wish to see something fixed and see the world healed. I never talked to the man. He was out of my time forever.
Then truly do not know him. Not for the man.
I've only read his works.
His world. A pathetic usurper. One who tried to take what was his. He tried to take this place, though he had no place in it. What is he usually?
What he... I seek to find a way to heal the world. To bring things back to the way it originally was before greed broke it.
Perhaps. And just how do you intend to do such a monumental task?
Find help. Find keys of the past and maybe relock a door.
Or unlock one.
And who might you be?
That would do the impossible.
Others have
My name is Nox Latif O'Reilly, and I'm a mage.
all an image, judged by the thoughts, judged by everything.
Hello, I'm
You
Astrid.
recognize your fault. You and you. None of you belong here. About you. You in another time. Are you also come to follow this same goal?
I'm here to assist Nox in his goals. Plain as that.
A young, trifling mage. Seeking to achieve the impossible. That sounds very much like us. To me. And you would succeed.
I've done it before.
Why? Why you?
It seems no one else that lived here wanted to do anything about it. I'd rather just let it happen.
None.
I'm not from here. I wish to help.
Then perhaps some measure of hope after all. You know where it is.
Are we supposed to follow it?
I think that's the hint that he's giving.
Wherever we are, it seems to be outside the influence of the cataclysm.
In a way. I was once a teacher here. You stand amid the eminent halls of Hull. By the school that Sanvis has ever before. For a time I was a teacher here, later as a fellow mine. And once admitted to this very hall itself.
See.
I know of your cataclysm quite well. As I when it happened. A very long time. I'm not entirely sure how long. I've been here ever since.
Long enough that
Here,
things have
when-
turned into myths and legends.
Partly thanks to these fools, these usurpers, people stealing power that wasn't theirs to take. Such as occurred many times. Very many times. But these 7 were the most fallen. Seven of his adults here. He's through there. The others died, and foolishness, but he was more determined. I don't fear he is dead, simply different. You're rather determined to see this through. You ventured here despite the hindrance. How did you come to be here?
The way is all but impossible.
I braved the place where no one should have lived. The floating city of Magaski.
As did I once. I see. I thought it impossible once it raised into the sky. Now it seems to have a unique resolve. Or a unique foolishness.
You wouldn't have happened to come across a mage hunter, would you?
A slight opinion. I came across many things that way. Centurions, destroyers, the hunters. They were dealt with. They had only a fragment of their true power, so it was hardly an inconvenience. Still, that tells me you have some measure of skill, or at least knowledge. But why? Why do you seek to undo all of this? Surely there's a reason.
My friend has
Maybe it wasn't mainly that, amongst my own other personal reasons before that request was made. I just figured to see if it was possible. See where it took me. See if it was worth it.
It is possible. Hardly an easy task. After all, it was magic that caused this in the first place. Is it really wise to return the world to such a state?
Maybe they've had enough time to learn.
Or maybe they've had enough time to forget. Forget the mistakes, the crimes of the past. Perhaps you're right. But that is no need to fix. Yes.
Well, I'm just bouncing because of how much magic is here, and my brain is just going. Woo-hoo.
I see.
They may have had time to forget, but that is our nature, is it not? We make
I
mistakes.
speak of it as a good thing. They don't remember these struggles for power. They don't remember the prize that everyone was so desperately clawing for.
Then isn't that the perfect opportunity to force them to learn a different route?
Yes, it is. Truth be told, I would have done it long ago. Were I not here. I was too late here so that others would not attempt what the ones who came did. Make sure that this fragment of power was not misused, that they didn't cause another cataclysm. The destruction that was wrought that day was absolute. Million dead in the blink of an eye. I would not see that happen again lightly. The reason I cannot leave is because these places, these sources of power remain fragments, fleeting across the land. This is in sense a demi-plane, separated, but connected closely enough to its hope to have some influence. And it isn't the only one. So long as they remain, I would not leave, see magic reinstated, because these sources of power exist, these memories of the past that can be heinously misused.
And if we manage to make them more manageable?
Then I will aid you in what you desire.
Another thing is, if we see people misusing it badly, we can try to teach them down the right path.
If we are to succeed in this goal, I may take on that responsibility myself. Time will
Yes.
tell.
Then I believe we have sort of the right direction. If we can restore it, then why don't you take charge? You take control and teach people the right path. Not necessarily food.
Again.
Magic is to be preserved.
The states of the power. I would rather they learn from themselves, that they practice through trial and error of skill. I do not want them to learn the secrets of the path. I don't want them to learn those paths that we uncovered millennia of study. I don't wish them to be that powerful, because I don't wish for this to happen again. But if we are to restore magic, and I might see you do it, then yes, I will take an oversee role. As I said, I cannot leave. Therefore you, if you are so determined and so willing, will have to achieve it in my stead. Once each of these anomalies has been rectified, I will take you where I believe this might be set right. But this might be undone.
Thank you.
Fine. You will have need of this. One of the things that mankind trying to safeguard, like this place, it is a fragment or echo of something else. Because it is like this place, it is linked as such, it may help guide you to the others, and you may see them destroyed. Such planes cannot exist without something to sustain them. You find what does, or you find who does, and you destroy those places. Once they are nullified, once there is no risk of such things being misused, we can then look to restore the order of this world. Very good. I haven't asked your name. Your name.
Yes, once again, it is Nox Latif O'Reilly.
Balashiri. And the rest of you.
I'm Astria.
We're from Miss Joel.
You may refer to me as Gwydion.
Oddly specific wording.
Trisyra.
A pleasure, I suppose. At least the most reasonable company I've had in quite some time. I imagine you are in need of transport somewhere. Have difficulty back the way you came.
A little bit. And maybe broke our way in.
Where is it you desire to go?
Back somewhere safe so we can plan. Or to a place of knowledge that could help.
There is no knowledge. No. This is old secrets that died with the millions that lie out there. That is your best hint of where these things might be and what to do. Like I said, it is an echo of a time past. You'll get it. I will send you back somewhere to a premier about. It is reasonably near a gate of some form.
Would you happen to know where these demi-planes might be? In comparison to the continent.
That, as I said, is the best chance you will have of finding them. I have not ventured from this place since gaining it, so I do not know. Find places of power. Imagine that those are your best bet.
Very well.
Very well.
Before we go, I have a quick question.
I was just gonna
We
say, do you
saw,
promise this to will be true?
We saw thousands of dead Daedra. Do you know how to fight them?
Daedra. I don't know what that is.
They're the ones that we saw buried in the ground. They had black with red markings on
Perhaps
them.
you may not know from the look, but maybe the signature they give off. Might be able to tell through this.
Those who know, the vast majority of those bodies were people. The only Daedra you found were in the forest, about half a dozen at most.
Right. Yeah, that's what she's referring to.
What she's referring to is we found a few bodies of something we've been facing where we come from. This is a dagger made from them. Basically, they made this.
I've never seen things.
That's an answer to our
Probably
question.
recent then. They go everywhere.
I have one
You
last
remind me of
question.
someone.
Wow. Oh,
Yes.
I was gonna give. Oh,
Do you promise that all this information is true?
To my knowledge. In my experience, I haven't seen it firsthand. Most of
Just a yes or no question.
a curious question. But as I've explained, yes, this has been my experience.
she has cleaned it off, but she's giving you the metal ball that still has magic in it. You can remember us and stuff with that, and when we see you again. Yeah.
I'm not likely to forget such a colorful group.
Oh, okay.
I can be less colourful if you prefer.
And
I can't.
odd implication.
Don't mind him. Just says what he thinks.
Well, I guess I do have a question. On the off chance you know this strange individual, there was someone that we saw, well, I saw and Trisyra saw, sitting by the more shoreline of the event, by the cracked stones. He seemed normal at first, but had gray skin, white hair, demonic-like figures.
Mm-hmm.
Does that ring any bells to you?
You should find such. Try to buy Illumin. For safety's sake.
Fair enough.
I've never had to face one, personally.
My question. I have one. We don't understand much about the magic that happened in this world, do we?
No.
No, I do not.
From what we've determined, your lightning, I guess, your weird affinity for lightning, whichever way it works here, is separate from the way that we, in
Can I
the
eat
location
it?
we come from,
No.
works. It works in a separate way from what Nox has realized. It doesn't work via
Lightning was in
enough
significant with the schools of Grafana for a
You
time.
also have air, which is curious.
My question
That is
is
how,
how does
in its form, differences in pressure friction. Different charges within the atmosphere versus the target. Through understanding, of course. Understanding
So you're
what it
not-
is to create or manipulate.
So you're not
Thought,
born with the
I-
ability to conjure such things.
Some are more gifted than others. This is simple understanding of air and pressure of charges. Such as
That's
years of study, such was a secret kept by Rafat for a very long time. Those mages around would feel pure soul. Pure soul. It is creating a physical pressure on the water around, and you feel it grinding, twisting air in currents, and pulling and separating specific parts of it. You're feeling positively and negatively charged areas of that air, and currents arcing between them.
It's so fascinating. What flavor?
I believe their soul is manipulating the matter itself. They're cool
They
with
don't have affinities, I don't believe.
soul, but not soul.
You feel that there is definitely electricity around, but it feels like organic, natural light. The mana is simply applying pressure to the walls. Many of
Never
it
thought of
is
it
like a
that way.
very inefficient means. It's utilizing soul and a lot of it to create a physical effect that could be achieved much quicker through a different affinity.
I mean, it'd be definitely weaker against someone with a lightning affinity, but... It's very interesting.
Was a very odd statement.
It's
Do you know
intriguing.
what the elemental planes are?
The one.
Elemental plane. I don't know
The
what elemental
elements
planes
are
are.
aware of fire, water, air itself. You've seen subsets of it with lightning, other such things. There are various specializations, as I said, some kept secret by schools that wish to be the main practitioners of them. Lightning, for example, is a good example.
Do you have ley lines here, or is that a no to that too?
Later on, they supply magic from the world, but it's mostly diffused through living things. Nature itself. Trees, grass, people, creatures. Ultimately, a fragment of creation, as it were. Left over the world when it was formed. It was formed through magic, and so magic remains. At least, legend. The ecclesiarchy.
Curious.
Would you be able to look at something for me? I believe only you can really.
Brothers, I take it.
Yes, I happen to know about the whole war, actually. But you know how that went, I suppose. I believe you can fix this. It's attuned to this place's magic. It's a book. I believe this might have been your journal, but I can't be too sure.
Long ago. Been quite some time. Yes, your
Look forward to giving it a read.
friend might understand better if you tell them of a brother.
I gave the brief example. There was the higher being that had the three brothers and gave them the tools to work the land, four initially. One, I figured get the exact tools. But together the four crafted the world, they crafted the people, they crafted the plants, they crafted everything. And then the fourth brother disliked the humans and wanted nothing to see them gone. And the whole war happened between them. And then it fell apart from there. Of course, the war between the brothers didn't cause it. So the legends say. One's wandering somewhere, apparently.
All wise tales. I prefer the practical. Things we can see and understand.
Like Ashen's Tale?
Strange legend on that other modicum proven. Yes. Highly prized. Very highly prized.
The story goes, the fourth brother took the tools from the other, broke it open to the core of the world, and forged them into something new. And spatters of ashen steel crashed through the lands.
You certainly have more power than most artifacts.
One that can see past the cataclysm and work within its confines.
There are few who can. Well, that'll be all. I believe you have a monumental task to achieve.
I believe there's nothing else that we can ask of you, sir.
But no. Where is it you wish to go?
Well, I suppose Aether is a good start.
Very well.
Recuperate, say what we figured out, all that. Thank you once again.
Good luck unto you all.
Appreciate it.
Knock it down.